Today being the 18th of April 2023, it is 5:48 in the morning. It is Chief Abundance. Welcome to the greatest transformation of education, information, technology, and wealth. Welcome to the greatest transformation of education, information, technology, and wealth. This morning, I was listening to the audio that was placed in the group some months ago. And the audio is one of the African plight with a professor or a lecturer, and it was reposed in the group recently, in the Telegram group. The video made it very clear that the poverty of Africa is not by chance, but is by design. Design because if Africa changes its policy, if Africans change their minds, the West and the other first world developing economy standard would reduce. That's the narrative. And so the author in the video said that it's intentional. It's in what Africa is now experiencing. It is intentional. It's a policy that this continent must remain in chaos, must remain in tribalism. This continent must suffer what it is suffering now because the West lives on the poverty of the African continent. And so we have a situation where, except we change our mindset, except we change the way we do things, our situation remains the same. That is basically the audio in the video. But now, here is the conundrum. What I found out is that the African people will never change by talking. The African people will never change by religion. The African people will not change by education. They will not even change by awareness, by knowing. They will not. They will not even change by poverty or hardship or lack thereof. No, that is not going to be enough to change the trajectory on which the continent is actually going. No, it will not change. And so abundance, what then? What then will change the mindset? What then will change the narrative? Because let us reason, because this one is a reasoning video. Are we to believe African man and woman is not aware of its poverty, of its hardship? Are we to believe that the African men and women do not have a glimpse of the operations and the development in the West and in the East? Are we to believe that the African men and women are deaf or is unaware of the progress of technology? Am I to believe that they do not know? No, I'm asking myself the question. Am I to believe that they don't travel? They don't go to the west? They don't go to the east? Am I to believe that none of them have left the continent to see what is happening, the level of sanitation, how places are kept? Am I to believe all these things? That none of them have left the continent before? None of their leaders have left the continent before? None of their children have left the continent before? Am I to believe those things? And so then, Mr. Abundance, what is the problem? The reality of the African man and woman transformation is opportunity. Opportunity, because it's the same thing that happens to us as descendants of slaves. We change our mindset with opportunity. You cannot change your mindset in poverty. Poverty and lack breeds dependent. And as it is now, Africa is dependent upon the West and they're dependent upon the East. They're dependent. And so for you to change your mindset, you must be given opportunity. And the lack of opportunity will continue to rotate, that which you have now. Hence the reason that TAC, Diaspora and City, the Abundance Community Coin, will be a global threat to this particular policy that now is in place. Because we are using the future of money, that which requires head work instead of hand work. It requires thinking. We are in an era where wealth creation is no longer 8 hours. Wealth creation is no longer in a location. Wealth creation is no longer controlled by a system, but rather by the capacity to think and to unite. But because we have been indoctrinated for so long, which is our greatest weapon of confinement, we have been indoctrinated so deep into the system that we cannot rise to understand the way out. We are clouded by ignorance. We are clouded by stupidity. We are clouded by false hope within a false system, a system that promises every election that there will be changes. But it seems we are satisfied to just rotate our plight. We are not looking for a way out. And those who have been given the vision for a way out, they are still looking back, murmuring why we are trying to get out. That is it. Why are you trying to get out? They are complaining. People are dying for things that they should not die for. Dying for things that they should not die for. But yet still, you're showing them a way out. And they still want to hold on to the rotten system of the pharaohs. Is there anything new under the sun? There's nothing new under the sun. And so, the community of Tiashans, Tak Diasporan City, will become their number one enemies, because out of that city, unity of purpose, meaningful specifics, wealth creation will be made. Wealth creation, because everything has its time and its season. Everything has its time and its season. And it is our time, Tiashans. It will not come without a fight. The Israelites were told and they were promised by the Infinite that I will land you in a land that flows with milk and honey. And Moses sent 12 spies to spy the land. And what was the report? 10 of them came back. Does that sound like the Tiashans community today? 10 of them came back saying, let us go back to Egypt. What we saw is impossible for us to take. Have you not heard them in the Tiashan community? We cannot overtake that which was promised because there are giants in the land, and we are like grasshoppers in their sight. Isn't that what the Tiashan community are saying? That we're on an impossible mission that is taking too long. I've invested and have not seen a dime. Isn't that, while at the same time they have all the opportunities to exchange and to sell their coins, but their heads are still in the sand? They are not willing to learn or to understand what they're in. They're not willing to learn or to understand what they're in. And so with their utterance, ignorantly, you can hear them in the former times. But there's nothing new under the sun. And so this morning, except we give our people opportunities, financial opportunities now, we will never change our mindset. Mindsets are changed with financial opportunity. You can think independent when you're financially free. You can never think independent in poverty. It will not allow you. The system will not allow you. Your surroundings will not allow you. The elements around you will not allow you. You have to break away from that cycle of poverty and the people that are around you, because that's the influence. Hence the reason when some people try to break out, the rest of the crowd try to pull them back into the circle. They say, what are you playing? What are you playing? No, you must not leave that circle. This is Chief Abundance. Good morning.